What's up, guys? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and what you guys are actually looking at is actually leaked footage of Injustice for the Sega Genesis. No, guys, I'm just joking. This is actually Justice League Task Force for the Sega Genesis. Now, there is another version of this game for the Super Nintendo. However, it is not the exact same fighting game. Sunsoft actually had two different versions of Justice League Task Force developed, and I have a theory on why a lot of companies did this, because if one version wasn't that good on one of the consoles, reviews would come out, Game Pro, Game Fan, EGM, a lot of those magazines were really big, and that's where we got our reviews. But if one version was bad, and it didn't sell and it got bad reviews, the other version, if it got good reviews, would still sell good and probably still make the company some money. The other theory is why they also did this, and I know this did work out quite well for Konami, is that the Ninja Turtle beat-em-up games, like Turtles in Time or whatever those titles were, I can't remember. I think there was 2 for Super Nintendo or 2 for Sega Genesis. Both of them were good on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. So if you had both consoles, you had more fun to play. So you played on Super Nintendo, and when you beat those games, you get the Genesis versions, and there were different storylines and everything like that. So it worked out great for the fans, the gamers. It worked out great for Konami as well. But what I really want to talk about in this video are some of the problems that are happening in the cosplay community. For you guys who don't know what cosplay is, it's when people dress up as their favorite characters from anime, comic books, video games, movies, and TV shows, and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm doing a lot of portrait photography at PAX, and one of the girls who I took her photograph of, she dressed up as Chainsaw Lollipop. And she actually has a YouTube channel, and I'll leave her channel in the description box of this video if I can find her channel again. She made a video where she said that, she was walking the hallways or something, and somebody called her a whore. And that's really, really rude to do to somebody when somebody's trying to have a good time at a convention. I mean, they're dressing up as a video game character. It's a video game show. It's PAX East. Actually, PAX East, or all the PAXs, aren't actually video game shows. It's a show for all types of games, even card games, board games, and etc. So if you're into those types of games as well, you may be interested in going to PAX. Now, I felt really bad, that she was treated this way, and it really does suck. A couple of days ago, I was watching another video from Lefty, and Lefty was reading this article from Kotaku, and all these cosplayers are saying that they're being touched, and I think he said the Tomb Raider girls are really being touched, like people grabbing their asses and stuff like that. Totally not professional. That should not be happening. Anybody who does that should be arrested immediately, and so on. But this is the thing. I just want to put this out here so you guys get it, and so you understand the situation that you're in. At PAX East, there was 30,000 people. There's going to be some bad people there. There's going to be some rude people there. And there's going to be some people who don't have any marbles upstairs in their brain. You have to go in with the knowing this. So if when you do go to these conventions, first off, 1, you go with a boyfriend. 2, you go with your husband. You go with a brother. You go with your dad, or whatever the case may be. Go with somebody that if there's going to be any problems, somebody will be there to help you. That's what you should probably do. Now, I know that may not be ideal for everybody, because a lot of these cosplayers, they travel to these shows. So maybe meet up with other cosplayers. Maybe meet up on the forums and say, hey, anybody want to team up or whatever, something like that. And you'll probably have a better experience. Now, another thing I do want to talk about, a lot of these cosplayers, I was trying to find out, who they were so I could give them their photograph. A lot of them were on the Penny Arcade forums, but not all of them. So I started typing in things in Google search engine, cosplay, PAX East, blah, blah, blah. So I find one of the other photographers that was at PAX East. And I actually remember him walking by me. He was with another lady who was dressed up in cosplay as some Asian warrior. I'm not sure if it's Japanese or Chinese, but I'll leave a link to that picture in the description box of this video. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. You know, and I found his Facebook page. His wife's a photographer. Him and his wife, they do a lot of modeling photography. You know, and he had a link on his Facebook page to Models Mayhem. So I'm like, these girls are models who are cosplaying. So I went over to Models Mayhem and I found out that a lot of these girls who are dressing up super, super sexy. I'm talking about the Laura Croft. Not talking about the reboot Laura Croft. Even the girl that I photographed, you know, the new Laura Croft, she was really hot. But I'm saying about the girls who are like, you know, trying to be super, super sexy, you know, where they get to push up their boobs and stuff like that. I'm talking about the Laura Croft with the short shorts and the green sweater and the 2 pistols in her hands. I'm talking about girls who like to dress up as Darkstalker girls, or the girl from King of Fighters, you know the one I'm talking about, or Dead or Alive girls, or so on. So a lot of these girls are models. I'm talking about Maximum Hot, talking about Playboy Hot, Victoria's Secret. You know what I'm saying, okay? So these girls dress super, 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 super hot. And I think one of the reasons why they're trying to dress this hot is, one, they're trying to get noticed, okay? So they're trying to get, you know, look at me. I'm not saying all of them are. Maybe some of them are true gamers, then modelers, they're cosplayers, they're video gamers, and so on. But if you look at the girl from Russia who dressed up as cosplay for the BioShock, she immediately got hired. She got noticed. So that's maybe what some of these girls are doing. Okay, so then I mean they are following the rules. They're dressing up as characters who we all play with. I mean, I play Darkstalkers and so on. But what I'm saying is, when you go to these conventions, you're gonna run into people who aren't right in the head. At PAX East there was 30,000 people. There's gonna be a few people there with a few screws loose. Trust me. And it's kind of like what Obi-Wan Kenobi told Luke Skywalker. You know, the first Star Wars movie that was made in 1977, which I consider the first one, and not those 3 ones that George Lucas considered the first ones. So episode 4 is episode 1 to me. Alright, so I'm just putting that out there. But Obi-Wan Kenobi tells Luke Skywalker, we need to get a ship. And Luke Skywalker says, where are we going to get a ship? And Obi-Wan Kenobi says, Mos Eisley. Mos Eisley was a big, big town, right? There's a lot of people there. You're going to find everything there. The same thing with PAX East or Comic-Con San Diego or whatever these other cons are. There's so many people there. There's going to be all types of people. Retarded people, moronic people, jackasses, nice people, polite people. The list goes on and on. So, like I said, go with somebody else when you go to PAX or any of these other cons. Because you will run into some people who, you know, they're going to be weird. I'm going to go a little bit off topic on this one. Can't quite remember if it was an iTunes podcast or an old YouTube video or so on. But there was a comic book artist that was working on an Elvis comic book. And he was at San Diego Comic-Con. And he, you know, he was selling his book, signing autographs and so on. There was a guy who came up to his booth to buy one of his comic books. And his wife was about 20 feet away from him. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she went to go get a cup of coffee or whatever. But the guy who was buying the comic book had his hand up his ass. I don't know what he was doing. But, you know, the guy who was selling the comic book, the artist, didn't see him sticking his hand in his ass or whatever. But he sold him the comic book and he shook his hand. That guy, you guessed it, got salmonella. Was sick for about a month or whatever. These people are just dumb, okay? So I'm just saying, when you go to these big shows, you have no idea who you're going to run into. You know, you're going to run into some really weird people and some really nice people. But anyway, guys, I'm picking up the real version of Injustice Tuesday. So get ready for some gameplay, because it's coming. Oh yeah, Injustice is coming. there will be justice on Tuesday. So if you're new to my channel, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please give me a like. It does help out the video. If you guys have anything you want to add, leave a comment below. Take care, guys. Love you guys. Bye.